Number seven, and we start this video with Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet definitely strived last year. I think he had his best year last year by far. Justin Fields definitely was throwing him the ball. That was a safety blanket. Caleb Williams is going to have a great field day with the weapons that he has, and I do believe that Cole Kmet will be used in those, a lot next year. Definitely, I see him, continuously producing. And he's just one of those guys that it's really nice to see him finally blossom, especially when getting drafted to the Bears, which was has been a pretty rough scenario for players that do get onto the Bears. So there's upside there, and that's fantastic for him and for the organization, for the fans. Cole Kmet, 25 years old, 4 years in the league. He has a 4-year, $40 million deal, well deserved. 17 games played, 73 receptions for 719 yards, six touchdowns and a fumble. No accolades, but I mean, I could see this guy winning some awards, and I can also see this guy climbing up in the rankings of tight ends. But as of right now, I mean, he's in a good spot, and from honorable mention to being ranked this year, it's nice that he's stepping up and continuously climbs up. All right, next we got Sam LaPorta. He is ranked number six. Last year, not even ranked because he wasn't in the NFL. So the fact that he's a rookie and he's ranking super high on this list really shows how special he really is, dude. Sam LaPorta is very special person, very special football player. Gets it done, dude. He is a lethal threat, vertical threat, great possession catcher, um, fantastic run blocker. I mean, he's got the tools to being uh, possibly in the future, in the near future, one of the best tight ends, top three, even to number one tight end in the league. Just the way he just plays, dude. He's unstoppable. He's fantastic to watch. Jared Goff has loved him in that offense. Detroit's just getting even better with what they're doing over there. And I know about Amon-Ra St. Brown being one of the top guys. When you have him, and you got some unproven guys that are young on that receiving core, you got to lean on someone else. Sam Laporta has been that guy. Definitely a great draft pick for them. 23 years old, 1 year in the league, 3 years, $4.83 million on the contract, 17 games played, 86 receptions for 889 yards and 10 touchdowns. Ridiculous. Versus LA Rams, Tampa Bay, and San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game. Total wise, 21 receptions for 176 yards and one touchdown. He was third in the Offensive Rookie of the Year. He was a Pro Bowler and a second team All Pro as a rookie. So, again, impressive year this year. I see that he's going to have a great career as of right now. And I hope that he continues to do what he does and there's no sophomore slump next year. Okay, next you do have Evan Ingram, though. Evan Ingram, I mean, yeah, last year was number eight. He's jumped three spots just because of his production has rised up in such a huge way. His numbers might decrease just because Jacksonville definitely has something going on brewing with the drafting of Brian Thomas Jr. At the receiving end, with Gabe Davis being a free agent signing, with Christian Kirk being hopefully healthier. So I mean, they got stuff. They got pieces. ETN, you got each other backfield. But Evan Ingram's still going to be an X factor. He's still going to be the guy that really is the key piece to this offense that's moving the ball. And wherever he goes in his production, that's where Jacksonville goes. But yeah, overall, Evan Ingram is a guy you need to look out for, and it's great to see his story because he started as a New York Giant and very inconsistent, and not honestly, not his fault that he had a inconsistent team, inconsistent QB, just a lot of unanswered questions for him. And they thought, well, can he actually ball? Because right now he doesn't look like it. He goes to Jacksonville and he gets a great QB in Trevor Lawrence, and that's pretty much the moral of the story is that he just had to move somewhere to really show that he truly is a superstar in this league, and he is top five as of right now, and hopefully can keep climbing for him because of his talent, which is tremendous. Evan Ingram's 29 years old, 7 years in the league, 2 years, $26.25 million left on the deal. 17 games played, 114 receptions for 963 yards, four touchdowns, three fumbles, two lost. Pro Bowler. Honestly, super surprised he's not even in an All Pro conversation. I feel like he might have gotten snubbed out there, but yeah, just a great receiving tight end. Um, a big bodied, a big bodied dude that yeah, I mean can really impresses me with his yards after the catch. But yeah, overall, yeah, super impactful and definitely deserving of being in the top five now. Yeah, number four, Mark Andrews, dude. Last year, three, he dropped one spot, mainly just because of injuries, dude. He had suffered a season-ending injury to his leg, I believe his ankle. Yeah, it was a tough year not having Mark Andrews, especially in the AFC Championship game. Really do believe he could have helped. Would they have won? That's a question that's going to be unanswered forever, but they definitely had a better chance. I feel like if they had a Mark Andrews out in that AFC Championship game. So Mark Andrews, he's always been impactful. He's still in my book, the top three kind of guy. But I mean, because of injuries and all that, again, will be number four this year. 27 years old, 6 years in the league, 2 years, $22 million left in the deal. 10 games played, 45 receptions for 544 yards and six touchdowns with a fumble. Against Kansas City, two receptions versus and 15 yards. Again, if we had 100% full Mark Andrews, they definitely would have been. It would have been better, right? But overall, I mean, this is a guy that um, is still at healthy wise. I mean, puts up puts up around like about 80 receptions, about almost 1,000 yards, and 8 to 10 touchdowns. So yeah, again, his impact was felt. I mean, regardless, they had a great record in Baltimore. Went to an AFC Championship game, lost that, but it is Lamar's safety blanket. It's the guy who he passes it to so many, like 85% of the time. It is nice that he did have some confidence in Zay Flowers this time because of their receiving core being pretty abysmal for a long time. But yeah, I mean, having Zay Flowers now, you can get Mark Andrews back. We'll see what happens with that. It looks really nice. Derrick Henry's there now, so can this Ravens offense kind of click a little bit more? And can Lamar trust more of his receivers now than just having Mark Andrews there and throwing it just to him? Overall, his impact is incredible, and definitely he deserves to be on this countdown. Number three, we got T.J. Hockenson, who, like Mark Andrews, definitely has a ranking upgrade for him. Mark Andrews went from three to four. T.J. Hockenson went from four to three. So they just switched spots for this one year, mainly because T.J. Hockenson played almost an entire year and had some crazy numbers out there. T.J. Hockenson, I mean, honestly, for Minnesota, they gotta be extremely happy with the fact that they have uh, the number one receiver in the league, and when it's all said and done, can be the greatest receiver of all time. They got a great rookie, or not rookie now, but great rookie this past year in Jordan Addison. Um, they got Aaron Jones now, and the fact that they also have a top three tight end in the league. I think that's great. That's some fantastic pieces. They got a rookie QB. I think he's going to definitely love working with Justin Jefferson. He's also going to love working with TJ Hawkinson because he is that guy um, that is another ex Detroit Lion tight end that has excelled in the league. Definitely a guy that you want to see if he's open, man. He's gonna give you those extra 10 yards, man, if you need him. So overall, I mean, he's got great speed for a tight end. Again, another big bodied receiver, and yeah, overall, very extraordinary talent. You're looking at T.J. Hockenson, 26 years old, 5 years in the league, 4 years, $46 million, 15 games played, 95 receptions, 960 yards, and 5 touchdowns, one fumble, one loss. There's no accolades for this man, but I mean, overall, well deserved, and definitely should be a top three, top four tight end. Depending on how Mark Andrews is next year, we might even switch it again. That's just how close it is between those two. But T.J. Hockenson, make no mistake, he is a top tight end in this league. We got George Kittle, man. Stays the same as he was last year, and it's unfortunate because George Kittle is one number one type material of tight end. Again, he's been a Niner for so long, and like every year, it seems like he just keeps getting better and better and better. Um, Definitely, Brock Purdy has had a lot of trust in this man, along with his multiple weapons that he has out there. Yeah, I mean, overall, George Kittle is, just a stud on every level. He's a complete tight end. He's exactly what you need, man. Exactly what you want. It just sucks that he's in an era where there's just a guy that's just more superior to him, has won more things than him. So it sucks, dude, because George Kittle is a future Hall of Fame talent, and he just hasn't been able to get past the number two spot. But nonetheless, he is super impactful. This man is 30 years old, 7 years in the league, 2 years, $29 million left in the contract. 16 games that he played, 65 receptions for 1,020 yards and 6 touchdowns against Green Bay, Detroit, and Kansas City in the Super Bowl. He had 8 receptions for 112 yards and 1 touchdown. He was a Pro Bowler. He was a first team All Pro. Uh, and yeah, man, overall, great year this year. Definitely has had better numbers than the past, but still impactful. Absolutely, definitely a another reason for the Niners to even make it to the Super Bowl. So George Kittle though remains number two, and maybe someday soon he can finally get to that top of the mountain status. And staying at number one is the one of the, if not the greatest tight end of all time, Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, I feel like at this point will be number one until he's done, until he's retired, based on the fact that Mahomes and him have a connection like no other, and he's always going to get his 10 receptions a game. Um, it doesn't even matter how long he's been in the league, how many times opponents have seen him. He still somehow figures it out. He's got some superior route runner, and he is just a tough son of a gun that it doesn't even matter. Like the struggles, the obstacles, whatnot. He's still gonna get his, and he's still gonna ball out. He's still gonna be impactful, and the Chiefs go where him and Mahomes go. So overall, still great. Obviously, looking for that three-peat. As a football fan, I don't want to see that, and I do at the same time. I mean, a three-peat would be crazy just because no one's done it. So for the history books, it's like, oh, that sounds cool. But as a football fan, and I'm not a Chiefs fan here, no, I don't want to see that. Definitely not. It would get boring super quick. But at the same time, they got to play. So can these back to back champs go back to back to back, or are they going to fall short and a team be able to defeat this absolute juggernaut of a team, regardless of their holes? Overall, Travis Kelce though, 34 years old, 11 years in the league, 2 years, $24.25 million on the contract still. 15 games played, 93 receptions for 984 yards and 3 touchdowns, one fumble, one lost against Miami, Buffalo, Baltimore, and Kansas and San Francisco um, in the Super Bowl. He had 32 receptions for 355 yards and 3 touchdowns. Again, postseason time, he is a monster. He did get a Pro Bowl. He got snubbed out of a All Pro second or first team. I think it's ridiculous he got snubbed there, but he did. Overall, though, Travis Kelce is a guy that is a future Hall of Famer, no doubt. Definitely definitely arguably the greatest tight end of all time. And there is nothing else to say other than that he is the best tight end in the league at 34 years old, and he's still going to keep going. So we'll see how much he's got left in the tank. It seems like a lot, but as of right now, best tight end in the world is this guy.